Welcome to Going Global, the largest open conference for leaders of international education in the world.
This is an attempt to try and connect some of the complex patterns that link cities, universities with learners and citizens.
This is my inaugural visit to Going Global, the first one. I've been hugely impressed.
I think when you educate men and women, you're gonna have a better population, and they're definitely going to have better critical thinking skills.
There's so much that can come out of effective collaborations between universities and cities.
And I'm going to initiate a research that has always been stuck in the back of my mind, but right now I feel that attending the conference has actually encouraged me to start ahead and get into it.
I think there is so much research work going and the world is gradually transforming. I think in 2050, research work in the universities will have gone to a level where literally the world would depend on universities for survival, because at this rate and speed, the world needs universities as research institutions for growth. So I believe in 2050, the need for universities will be more than it is now.
I feel obviously like the infrastructures will change definitely, because we have a lot of old buildings. So, and definitely technology is going to advance, like ranging from computers and robots, I'm thinking. So basically it's obviously going to look more like, it's really going to be good. That's all I can say. It's more technologies and stuff like that.
I think universities will grow. I think they're going to keep getting bigger and bigger, especially now that they're more like businesses. I think they're going to be really like hyper modern. So we've got like a new library being built in Leeds, and like every year like there's new things getting announced that are getting like redeveloped. I think like especially in like some of the university towns, I think like the importance of the university is going to become like much greater than perhaps it is now. Maybe not in London, but in Leeds especially, yeah. In 2050 maybe, like it'll be, universities might be even more important than they already are in the local economy.
I think there'll end up being more universities in Leeds, to be honest, because I think there's 5 at the minute. I think they'll keep increasing to be more niche, I think, because we've got a few for films and then a few for like sport, like Beckett and stuff like that. So I think they'll definitely increase, and they'll get a lot bigger in the city.
I think there are a number of like buildings and a number of infrastructure that is, that is sprouting or becoming in recent times. So I think in 10-15 years there'll be so many skyscrapers, so much inventions. I think there'll be improvements, say road improvements, shops, and other things really. So I think there'll be quite some difference.
We actually have like an Instagram account that posts old pictures of the university itself. And you can see that it really hasn't changed that much at all, apart from what people wear and what cars are around. But I guess there's such a big expansion going on at the minute. Then all of it's inside? Don't know. I imagine they won't have reinvested in it by then. Probably the same.
Just stereotypical. There probably won't be any unis actually, because tuition fees will be so high. But, there'll probably just be future-y, like white, really tall, with hover cars.
I think they'll look completely different to how they do now. There'll probably quite a few advances in technology, or quite a few advances in the way we teach. I've seen a lot about the teaching apps and things like that. I'm sure they'll make far more of a role.
Really tall and really cool. You won't have tutors anymore. The PowerPoints will just make themselves.
I do hope that in 2050, at least universities will be able to do so many courses and really expand. I would love to be able to see like people really working with VR, because there's so many opportunities to go into that.
Like we're more practical now than we used to be in universities, and I feel in the future that'll be more and more. We'll be moving away from lectures. They'll always have their part. You've always got to learn. There's no point sitting and being taught about that. It's always best to go out and physically learn the practical sides of university.
I think because universities are like inextricably linked to the cities that they're in, so what affects the city will affect the uni and the people who go to the uni. So I think it's good that they have a good relationship, because especially in Leeds, where there's 3 unis, like, and all the art ones as well, it's like you got to consider how stuff in the city will affect all those people, because it's such a hub for like students.
I think because they're large institutions, and as large institutions they have like an important role like in the surrounding area. Like I know lots of people like who live in Leeds, but they don't necessarily like interact with the people who they live around. So like in Hyde Park, the student area, like there's a lot of students who live there, eat there, sleep there, but they don't actually like get involved. I think like it is important to like with such a large population and needs to get everybody like involved in the local communities.
Yeah, I think it's really important for universities to work with their cities because I think the students in the university can do a lot of good in a community. Like you walk down the high street and you see all these university kids, and they're like putting their time forward, not expecting any pay. They're collecting for charities, setting up all these organisations, doing all this cool stuff, and yeah.
I think universities make an integral part of a society or a locality, you know, so it's just wise, and yeah, I think it's wise that they cooperate together, because there's so much influence university students have on the society, you know, so much influence Leeds uni students, or you know, every other uni student, or teachers or staff, you know, which have on the society. So it's just great to work together, honestly, to make the society at large better. So.
It's important for universities to work with their cities, because if they don't, the city is quite an impractical area to get everyone to. They should be quite easy to access for people, and if they didn't work with the cities, it'd just make it difficult for people to get there.
And Patsy. Today's topic is domestic abuse.
Yes, quite a serious one today. I actually saw on the TV this morning about a guy who was on this talk show, and he was saying how you know, he was a victim of domestic abuse, and the very last question that they asked him was, which I think is what most people would ask it, why do you
George will need breakfast at school.
Right, George, come on, mate. Oh, you missed breakfast club. Let's go.
Okay, right, mate. I have training today, so Mum will be picking you up, okay? But I'll see you later. Look, things are going to get better soon, mate, I promise. Okay? Now go on, or you'll be late for breakfast. See you later, mate.
Nick! You're right. What's happened to your eye?
Oh, it's not. Some sod at the gym got a lucky shot.
Well, let's hope your opponent doesn't get a lucky shot. I'll see you and Sarah at the match.
No, Sarah hates the sport.
I can see why. Anyway, I best go. I've got work. I'll see you later.
See you later. Bye.
Mick, are you there? Mick, training. Come on, you haven't got long till the match. Mick? Are you alright? Okay. Look, I know £5 is a lot of money to each of us. If there's a problem, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Well, this is a big moment for both of us. We need to stay focused because you're one fight away from fighting with the professionals.
Yeah, alright. Let's go.
Hurry up, mate. You pulled something, you won't be able to fight. It seems somebody's already trying to knock some sense into you.
No, I was playing with catch with a lad and he must have thrown the ball too hard.
Hey, maybe you should take a break.
No, I'm good.
See that?
Will you spar with me? I need all the training I can get.
Sure. Just as long as you take a break at some point.
George up now. Boxer, you sure are a wuss. Come on, George, let's go back to bed.
Hello?
Hi, is that Mr. Baton?
Yeah, speaking.
Hello, sir. I'm sorry to inform you that your request for a loan of £5,000 has been
Denied?
denied.
Right. Alright. Okay. Bye. Fuck! Oh.
Ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner from Leeds, Mick Bison. And his opponent in the blue corner, Aaron Chase.
Boxers,
Guys, touch gloves. Let's have a clean fight. Watch your heads on the inside and keep your shots up. Back to your corners. Best of luck.
I place a bet on the fight.
Yeah, well, thanks to you, we've got no money left.
And the other thing is, our loan request was denied.
Why do you do this to me? To George? Look at me when I'm talking to you. You said things would get better. They're not getting better, are they?
I'm sorry.
Stop saying that! Come on then. Hit me back. Look at you now, big man. Not so big now, are you? You useless piece of shit.
Mr. Basin, do you want to come on through?